Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Timeka. Today we're going to be making a nice creamy spinach dip. We're going to be using butter, garlic, onions, of course our spinach that you can find in our pantry. We also have cheese and a little bit of Rotel. If you don't have Rotel, you can just use a pico de gallo. So first you want to get your butter, about 3 tablespoons of butter. And you want to just go ahead and let that get melted down. Alright, so once your butter is melted, you want to go ahead and add your onion. This is about a half of a medium onion. And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Alright, so once you saute your onions and your garlic with your butter, you want to add about 2 tablespoons of flour. And you just want to mix that all in. A little secret ingredient, some hot sauce, just a splash. Alright, so now you want to grab your milk. This is about a cup of milk. If you have heavy whipping cream, that's even better. Then you just want to let that come to a boil. Once your sauce starts to thicken, you want to go ahead and get your cheese and add a little cheese to this. This is about a cup of mixed cheese. I have some Kobe Jack, mozzarella, and a little bit of Parmesan. Now is also a good time to go ahead and get our spinach. Here I have about 16 ounces of cooked fresh spinach that I went ahead and cooked and drained and got all the liquid out of. So we're just going to add that to our sauce. So now that you have your spinach all incorporated into that cheese sauce, you want to get your tomato sauce right here, or your pico de gallo, and just add that to that. Alright, so now the last thing we want to do is just add a little salt and pepper to taste. And then we want to put this over into our baking dish. And then we're going to bake in the oven for about 15 minutes. Alright, and to finish it off, before we put it in the oven, we just want to add a little bit of extra cheese on top. Alright, and to finish, so after about 15 to 20 minutes, you want to go ahead and get your spinach dip out of the oven, and it should look something like this. And today we're going to eat ours with a little bagel chips that we also got out of our pantry. So here you go, a nice spinach dip and a good appetizer for a ball game, or if you're just having a gathering with your friends. You could try it, like I said, with bagel chips, pita chips, or even tortilla chips, maybe crackers, whatever you choose. And also spinach is also a good source of fiber.